Hello, and welcome back to the Adventures of Jacoby. I am the Winter Warlock with Storm Gaming Alliance, here for another episode in Skyrim. On last episode, we sought out the Glenmoral Witches at the behest of Kodlak at Jorrvaskr for the companions. The Glenmoral Witches had originally bestowed the curse or blessing, depending on your outlook, on the companions of old. It gave them lycanthropy for greater power. However, that means that the more time spent as a werewolf, the closer your soul gets to Hircine's domain, the Endless Hunting Grounds. And Kodlak, in his old age, would like to his soul to pass on to Sovngarde, where all Nord heroes hope to go. So he sent us out to Sunderstone. I believe it was Sunderstone. Maybe it was, oh yeah, right there, Glenmoral Coven, out here on the western reaches of Skyrim, to collect the heads of at least one witch to at least cure him. We decided to clear out the entire coven, left none alive, and took all of their heads, and we traveled back to Jorrvaskr to find that, in our absence, the Silver Hand had attacked Jorrvaskr and in fact killed Kodlak. So, of course, that's a big problem. Aela the Huntress was keeping all this Silver Hand stuff on the down low, and yeah, I guess just tit for tat until the Silver Hand got up the courage to just storm Jorrvaskr inside the walls of Whiterun. So we are now with Vilkas on our way up north to Driftshade Refuge to basically cut off the head of the snake that is the Silver Hand. And we'll get started on that here in just a moment. So yes, here we are. We left Whiterun, and I had to sort of abruptly stop the last episode because, well, there was a big storm that was blowing in, and I did not want to lose all of this recordings if the power went out. So yeah, we're just sort of out here in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, we know sort of a vague direction that we need to head, and that's sort of the game plan. Is we're gonna head off in the direction of this fort and see if we can track down the rest of the Silver Hand, the leader of the Silver Hand specifically, and yeah, take him down. Well, not even take him down a notch or two, just take him completely out. There's one of the watchtowers for Whiterun, I believe, because I think I got headed off in the wrong direction following the path or something, so I ended up having to turn around. So yeah, we're not quite halfway there, but pretty close. But yeah, I started heading down here towards Valtheim Towers. For some reason, I was thinking like Gallows Rock area, not Fort Fellhammer and Dunstad area, so just sort of had to get back on the right track. So yeah, we're about halfway there. Should be probably just on somewhere around the foothill of that mountain if I had to take a guess. Oh, there's a giant. We have no reason to get involved with that. We did learn our lesson a few episodes ago on I don't think Jacoby's quite at a position to be fighting giants just yet, which is pretty weird because we can handle dragons on our own. But I think it's just when they come down with that massive club attack and it just knocks you prone, they have such a quick movement speed that yeah, it goes south pretty quickly. Now, what do we have here? I imagine somebody's going to be angry. Oh, Corvinjund. Okay. Whoa. Come on, Vilkas. I really wish that these fellow companions, members of the circle, would just stick to the road, meet us where we're headed. I absolutely loathe having followers in this game, because it just the pathfinding is never what it should be, and they're always just getting in the way. I know they'll say, oh yeah, we'll meet you somewhere, and no, they're just gonna follow you everywhere you go. And I tend not to use followers in this game. So I know I've said before that I probably would not. Oh, snowy saber cat. Yeah, there we go. But I know that I've said that we probably would not bother with a follower, but I've made my mind up pretty securely that we are not going to get a follower. We will probably have Lydia, probably Lydia, just because she's a house Carl and sort of already more or less assigned to us. We'll probably have her be steward of whatever house we end up owning or building, but outside of that, that's about it. She's not going to be traveling with us at all. I don't have the patience for it. Now, I was a little out of game information. Obviously, we've been going pretty heavy on the Companions quest line, and have done a little bit of the main quest. And I think I'm sort of going to be breaking this Let's Play up into chapters. So I know that things are progressing pretty far within the Companions quest line, especially now with Kodlak dead and heading up to hopefully finish off the Silver Hand once and for all. I think, we got Duskglow Crevice. I think we will be doing a little bit more exploring. I think what's happening with Kodlak is sort of, with his death and us needing to head up here to take care of the Silver Hand once and for all, that sort of has some immediacy to it. I think Jacoby, despite not really having the most love or even like for pretty much anybody in the circle, he at least respects Kodlak, just simply from the perspective, if nothing else, that he's been able to sort of not lead, because there is no leader of the Companions, but to sort of come from sort of a place of higher status over these bumbling idiots for as long as he has. So I think Jacoby just has a bit of respect for Kodlak. As soon as Skjor was killed, and Aela sent us off to go get vengeance, instead of immediately doing that, he did return to Kodlak to let him know that, like, hey, Skjor's dead, Aela's sending us up here. Obviously, there's no way in-game to make that actually happen, but we role-played it out. So I think that, coming back, he was just out there getting the witch heads for Kodlak so he could cure him of his lycanthropy, and maybe even consider it for, to have Jacoby consider it for himself. But yeah, sort of coming back and finding Kodlak dead, Silver Hand, within the walls of the city. It's sort of top priority, honestly, to just get up here and get these guys taken care of. Oh wow, that was way easier than I was expecting. I didn't think that they'd actually... I already have that. I didn't think that they'd actually come outside and try to attack, but if that's what they really think is a good idea, then I'm not gonna... Yeah, I know I just sort of ate that one, but that's all right. Well, I wasn't quite ready to kick this off yet, but I guess we're kicking this off. I don't know where Vilkas went at all. Oh, okay, he went around back to take care of this guy. But yeah, I wasn't quite ready to kick this off yet, but yeah, I think Jacoby, like I said, has some respect for Kodlak, just in the very least being able to sort of keep this ragtag group together without going completely insane yet. So yeah, we want to see this done. We want to see Kodlak's soul go where Kodlak wants it to go. But I think after we get done with a couple of things and make sure that everything is put to rest with Kodlak, I think we're going to spend a little bit of time just exploring some random places. We haven't done a lot of random exploring yet. It's all been pretty structured around different quests and everything. So I think what we might do after, like I said, we get Kodlak, memorialized and get this mess all cleaned up, I think we are gonna take some time to just do some exploring, do some introspection. I'm not sure if Jacoby really, now that he knows that he can be cured and stuff, I'm not really sure how much he wants to stay a werewolf or not. I think this whole mess of getting tied up in what Ayla was trying to keep secret, and Kodlak was, not super thrilled that we were like being sneaky about stuff. And yeah, he sees like these other members of the circle that take the beast's blood are really nothing that Jacoby really wants to emulate. And I'm thinking that he may just get all this Kodlak nonsense cleaned up and kind of just wash his hands of this whole situation. We got involved here in the Companions because we wanted to be mercenaries. We wanted to go out and explore and get paid to go explore and acquire riches and all of that. And we've done a decent job of exploring. We've done a decent job of acquiring riches, but we've been paid very little from the Companions. And they've honestly proven to be a bit more of a pain in the ass than Jacoby was thinking. He thought this was just going to be a merry group of mercenaries that everybody just wants to go out and get in sword fights and stuff and get paid for it, but that's not really what Jacoby's been up to. So yeah, I think we're gonna, once we get this Kodlak mess cleaned up, I think Jacoby's gonna take some introspection, just take some time off of the Companions, off of the main quest and stuff, and we're just gonna do some wandering and some exploring. But enough of that. I think it's time to get in here and kill some Silverhand. Jacoby was initially thinking on the walk up here about, if it would be fitting to just go full beast form in this. But like I said, when we had that one transformation there and just devoured all those Silverhand and stuff, he had a lot of fun in the moment, but he could also sense sort of the volatility and the instability. And now, like I said, Kodlak's the only person in this whole group that he actually has any modicum of respect for. And he's now dead because Jacoby followed in the footsteps of these other circle members, to go trifling with the Silverhand. And it's done a whole lot of bad stuff. So no beast form this time.
Give up while you still.
Okay.
Son of a...
There we go. Sorry, kill steal. Physicalities, I know I have that one too, so honestly, I wish I could just tell you to go wait somewhere else so I could just do this by myself, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Just tell Vilcus to just go away. Just go away. Jacoby has this under control. You guys have made such a mess of things. Like, I really don't even need you here at this point. Like, you're just sort of taking up space. And there's Vilcus trying to strike through me to hit somebody else. That's, that's good. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so do we have anything interesting back here in these corners? Some books. Lusty Argonian Maid, there we go. And we're gonna leave that. Jacoby really has no interest in books of that kind. That doesn't bring him any useful knowledge. So what do? I think we came down the steps. So this sort of loops around. Does this go anywhere, or is this just nope, this is not just a dead end. Apparently this goes somewhere. Okay, so this is where we just were. Okay, cool. So let's see, what do we have going on? Getting a little disoriented. Yeah, so that's where we came in. Looped around that side. Cool. So then I think there is, let's see, where do we go from here? Probably the up. Okay. See what we have here. Oh, open to Skyrim. I didn't want to open to Skyrim. It's been a little while since I've actually sat down and played. I had a few episodes recorded ahead of time, so I actually haven't sat down and played Skyrim for a couple of... It feels like it's been at least a couple of weeks now. But... So just trying to get back in the swing of things. Okay. Well, how did we end up back out front? Okay, I must have got my doors confused. It's known to happen. I tend to end up a little bit turned around and disoriented when I get into caves and barrows and stuff. And I don't think it's not necessarily because the dungeons and stuff are so difficult to navigate. I think it's just, I don't know, my brain just does not pay attention to mapping out the dungeon in my mind, so I just sort of get in here and then I'm like, all right, well, now where do we go? So we went around that way, and where we needed to go was actually here. I thought this was where we came in, but oh, it's barred from the other side. Okay, well then let's take a look at the local map, see where we're... Come on. There we go. See where we haven't gone. So we came in here, went over here. Oh, okay, so it looks like we have to go. It looks like... Yeah, okay. So we can't go through that way. Doesn't like us going through that way. Got nothing back here. Nope, nothing back here. And nothing back here. Nope. And this is where we would have come in. All right, so we came in here, right? Got through all the bookshelves. Yep. We went there. Oh no, we turned back around, I think, because we wanted to see what we were doing. There we go.
What was that?
Surprise.
Should have come here.
There we go. That's one done. Nobody else. This place is not very populated. Not very well populated. Forge, hammer, and anvil. Not terribly exciting. Alright, so we're going to be going down there. What do we have here? Close. There we go. Cool. Not bad. Leave the minor magicka potions. They're not really worth picking up anymore. Probably never really were in the first place, but quick gold, easy gold. Okay, so let's see. Who else do we have floating around here? That guy's locked. So that's just asking to be open then. All right. Okay. Geez, that didn't even give me a warning that it was gonna break. There we go. Hello? Oh, okay, you're... Okay. Thank you. We don't need your steel arrows. So that's interesting. She had herself locked in here, sleeping in the middle of the day, so she must be the night shift. Steel ingot. Yeah, nothing of any real value floating around here. Again, I don't really need to worry about it too much because I think we're flirting with like 25 grand, which is more than enough for... I was taking a look. I think we've been in Skyrim for like 16 days or something like that. 2 weeks we've been in here, so it's going pretty quickly. Yeah, are you mad?
In this little game.
Come on, stop blocking. Thank you. Okay. So it looks like we're starting to get into a little bit... Oh, I didn't even know you were fighting somebody over here. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it looks like we're starting to get a little bit deeper in. Getting to... Got something... Oh, I didn't want the lantern. I wanted the coin purse. Thank you. And whatever's in here. Well, most of whatever's in here. But I'll put your lantern back. You can have that. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. There we go. Okay, do we have anything going on in here? Nothing useful. Nope, nothing useful. Okay. So we've got a lever. Okay. Oh, we don't want to do that. We want to do that. A drift shade cellar. So that's interesting. It looked like our quest marker was saying that the leader of the Silver Hand was still back in that segment of the dungeon of the cave. Nope, there we go. All right. Where's the first one gonna be? Oh, well, probably should have been right there so you could see anybody come around the corner, but that's really none of my concern. If you don't want to be well defended. Hello? Got a bunch of barrels. Okay, there's a pressure plate there.
What was that?
Found!
Come on, let him... Oh. Really? Oh, you want to go for me? Okay. I was trying to get you to set off that trap, but nope, I guess we're just going to leave that for Vilkas to do probably. So we're just going to get way out of the way. Yep. Yep, great job. Great job. Really master warriors you companions are, I tell you. I don't know, it's interesting, like, I actually have enjoyed playing the Companions questline in the past, but I don't know, something about just the role play of Jacoby, he's just super not a fan of the Companions at all. Oh, hello.
Thought I heard something.
Goodbye. Oh, okay, that works. Nope. Another one? Yeah, come on then. I don't think you want to play that game. Yep, go ahead, Vilkas. I don't feel like shooting him with a bunch of arrows for no reason. I think you can handle one person on your own. And if you can't, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm going to be honest with you. But I'm pretty sure he can. I'm pretty sure he can handle that. The rear guard. Cool. I haven't read that one yet. Add that to the library. We really need to do something about the books. I know it's like I'm trolling you guys. I keep saying that all the time. We're going to do something with these books. And then a few episodes go by and, oh my gosh, we should probably do something about these books. But I promise, I have a few ideas of how we're going to deal with the books. So there's a reason we haven't gotten to that specific task quite yet. All right, so there's a down. Hello? We already learned our lesson. We're not going to let any of you out. Anything interesting on the horse? Nope. Okay, so you just have a dead horse and a werewolf. And as much as I think you should just be able to let them free, well, he's going to attack us, and that's not really what we're here to do. Oh, hello.
Someone there?
Yep. Ding dong. Wow, you're a little tougher. I mean, you didn't really hit me for much, but you could at least hold up against a few sword swipes from arguably the most adept of the companions. And when I say arguably, that's only because Vilkas is here and I don't feel like getting in a fight with a fellow companion right now. Right. All right. So not doing too bad. The Silver Hand really made a mistake of, like, I don't understand how I can come in here. Yes, I don't understand how I can come in here with Vilkas and kill most of these Silver Hand myself. Okay? And they had all of the companions minus me in Jorrvaskr, and the Silver Hand were able to just waylay. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand that at all. Because these guys they're honestly pretty easy. Like, there's a few of them that can take a hit or two, don't get me wrong, but as a whole, like, these guys are pretty squishy. How could the entirety of Jorrvaskr, the full might of the companions, because it's everybody that was there, except for Skjor, I sort of replaced Skjor, but, like, you still have all the might of the companions, minus good old Jacoby, and you still couldn't figure out how to defend Jorrvaskr against a bunch of squishy knockoff bandits. Yeah, the companions certainly are not what Jacoby thought they would be. He's just ready to sort of be done with this whole mess and leave the companions in the past. All right, hello, is there anybody up here that seems like they want to die pretty instantly? You do, you do, you do, you do. You look like you do. Come on, Vilkas, swing the sword. Thank you. Optional, wipe out the Silver Hand. Okay, but it appears that we still have not killed the leader of... Oh, that might be the fragments of Wuuthrad that are still on my mini-map there, my compass. Okay, we'll take that one too. We are really expanding the library today. Super helpful. Super helpful. Dwarven Warhammer. Too bad we're not a big two-handed oaf like everybody else is in the companions, except for Aela. Alright, so, yep, came in there. Got rid of all those guys. Oh, look, more books. No, The Warrior, I'm sure we've read. Wow, we haven't read Warrior. I feel like you find that pretty early on, usually. Okay, so this is a barred door. Yeah, we've been through here. We've been through here before. So what am I missing? What am I missing? Oh, the fragments of Wuuthrad on the table. There we go. So we've killed the Silver Hand. Nobody in here was labeled like Silver Hand leader or anything like that. So what is this? What is this all about? Retrieve the fragments of Wuuthrad. Wipe out the Silver Hand. Return to Jorrvaskr. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Yeah, and this is that barred door in the main, like in the first room, I do believe. Well, not I do believe. It's clearly that first room. What is happening? All right. Well, that wasn't difficult at all. Again, I really don't understand. Like, I could have easily done that without Vilkas. Easily done that. So single-handedly, I would have been able to infiltrate the stronghold of the Silver Hand, completely wipe them out, and steal back the fragments of Wuuthrad. Meanwhile, the entirety of the companions, minus Skjor, could not handle an attack from a handful of Silver Hand. Just... Yep. Well, I guess all that's really left to do is sort of make our way back to, make our way back to Whiterun at this point. I don't think there's really much left for us. Like I said, we will do a little bit of extra exploring and stuff once we get this Kodlak mess taken care of. Because I imagine, like, we don't want to miss the services and stuff like that. He, was just killed the other day, so I can't imagine, I can't imagine they're gonna, wait around on doing, funeral rites and everything for him, so we should probably try to make our way back to Whiterun just as quickly as we can, so that, we don't miss anything, and, hopefully... Maybe he left something behind. Maybe we'll have to look through his room in Jorrvaskr We'll wait till everybody's asleep or something, but maybe we'll have to do some looking around and seeing if he happened to write down any notes about what his thoughts were as far as, how to go about curing him of his lycanthropy, because we know step 1 was retrieve the heads of the Glenmoral witches, but yeah, you guys all let him die before I was able to make it back and actually cure him of anything. So, and this is Fort Dunstad. I think that little building right there is the Stumbling Saber Cat, where we spent the night probably close to a week ago in game. I know it's been quite a few episodes, but yeah, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about a week ago in game. Like I said, Jacoby has only been out here adventuring and exploring for roughly 2 weeks. A giant camp over there. That looks like actually it might just be it's a dead mammoth. Oh, because yeah, I think we came through here before. I think this is actually where we fought. Was this where we fought yeah, because look at that. The lunar steel sword. Now we have the carry weight. There we go. We left it here specifically that if any random adventurer happened to make their way through this, they would get a cool, unique, enchanted sword. And what do you know, Jacoby ended up being that very adventurer that would come back and snag it. That's cool. I like to, just because the lunar, flame atronach. Just because the lunar forged weapons have a unique enchantment, I like to keep one around. Just because I think it's cool to have unique enchantments like that. Stop running away. Run away, Vilkas. I don't know how you... yep, there. Okay. So who's dead? Ding Dong the Witch is dead. Okay. So what, you summoned a flame atronach and it killed you? Atronach? Yeah. Okay, that's weird. Because I don't see any other signs of any enemy lying dead around there. Of course, I didn't really. It was just kill the flame atronach and, check the witch and be done with it. So let's see, yeah, we're starting to get, there we are. Starting to get into the foothills. We'll come up on this farm that we're completely going to ignore and not worry about at all. Yeah, there's definitely nothing at all interesting to do at this particular residence at all. Just a farm. Definitely doesn't have anything. Definitely doesn't have anything interesting. Like that weird broken down cart down there is certainly nothing of interest. Certainly not. And now it's just pissing rain. Good. That happened real fast. Okay, well, what was going to be a halfway decent journey back to Whiterun looks like it's just going to be a nasty, rainy, soaking wet, squishy march back up to Whiterun. Joyous.
Have probably prepared Kodlak's funeral by now. Come up to the Sky Forge to pay your respects.
It's weird that you and I have been traveling together this whole time, Vilkas, and suddenly as soon as you step within the gates, you know that we must be headed up to the Sky Forge. Excuse me. Just because you don't know how to climb steps, well, Jacoby can't talk. He's gotten stuck on the steps a couple of times. They can be tricky. You know what? They can be tricky. I'll give you that one, Vilkas. I won't be that mean. Steps are something to be reckoned with. Okay.
Who will start?
Oh.
Before the ancient flame.
We grieve.
At this loss.
We weep.
We weep. For the fallen.
Shout.
We shout.
And for ourselves. We take
We
our
take
leave.
our leave.
So long, Kodlak. Excuse you.
His spirit is departed. Members of the Circle, let us withdraw to the Underforge to grieve our last together.
Okay, well, y'all can go ahead. Jarl Balgruuf. Oh, they're just busy.
Do you have the fragments of Wuuthrad still?
Yeah.
To prepare them for mounting again.
Yeah, I return them with honor.
Don't get too flowery on me, lad. Of course, I have a small favor to ask of you.
Of course you
There's
do.
another piece that Kodlak always kept close to himself. Would you go to his chambers and bring it back for me? I'm not sure I'm the best one to go through his things.
Oh, and I am? I guess I'll have to.
I appreciate it.
Well, Kodlak. It was good to know you for the little bit of time that we knew you. I'm sorry that, I'm sorry I got tied up in all of this mess. My ignorance speaks for itself here. Good on you for dealing with all of these bumbling buffoons for this long. And, well, I hope that this, wasn't for nothing. I hope that, Ayla and the rest of them have learned from their mistakes, and I hope they grow up a little bit, learn a little bit of responsibility. So long. Okay, so I guess we were gonna do it anyway, but Bjorland wants us to go find another fragment of Wuuthrad. I guess Kodlak kept one to himself. So yeah, we're gonna go take a look. All right. See what we can find. Yeah, we want to find out if there was any information that perhaps he wrote down, or anything to give us a clue as to what we're supposed to do with these Glenmoral witch heads. Because now we just have them, and I'm not really sure. We probably just shouldn't be carrying around a bunch of witch heads. Yeah, 5 witch heads. Probably wouldn't be the greatest thing to just be carrying around all the time. So I hope that he had something in his chambers that alluded to what we're supposed to do here. All right, let's see. Nothing on the chest. Wouldn't put anything in his wardrobe. He's got this cool, unusual gem. Would it be up in here? No, just some gold. Some more gold. What about, is it in the end table maybe? Oh, it is indeed. Kodlak's journal. Honestly, it's what we came here looking for. Yeah. In my dreams, I see the line of harbingers start with Ysgramor. Each of them ascends to Sovngarde until we come to Turfig, who first turned us to the ways of the beast. He tries to enter Sovngarde, but before he can even approach soon, he is set upon by a great wolf who pulls him into the hunting grounds, where Hircine laughs with welcoming arms. Turfig seems regretful, but also eager to join Hircine after a lifetime of service as a beast. Then I see every next harbinger turn away from Sovngarde and enter the hunting grounds of their own accord, until it comes to me, and I see great soon, on the misty horizon, beckoning me. It appears I have a choice, and then, at my side, a stranger I had not seen before. As I look into his eyes, we turn to see the same wolf who dragged away Turfig, and he and I draw weapons together. I realize this is only a dream, but a strong enough dream to inspire a man like me to take to writing, so it must be of some import. I've spoken of my thoughts to the circle, withholding the part about the stranger, lest Skjor worry I will no longer seek his counsel, and I was not surprised to see them torn by it. Skjor and Aela are strong in the ways of the beast, and even seem to suggest that the hunting grounds would be their choice of afterlife, if it were truly a choice. Vilkas seemed most troubled. The boy is as fierce as a saber cat in battle, but his heart's fire burns too brightly at times. He felt deceived, and I don't blame him. Farkas didn't know what to think, but I believe he will come around with me and his brother eventually. He usually does. I don't know what to do about Skjor and Aela. I know they respect the companions, and me, but they take to the blood more deeply than the rest of us. Fortune smiles upon us. Yesterday, Vilkas was telling me how difficult it had been for him to give up his transformations. Until we can pursue a true cure, the twins and I have chosen not to give in to the beast blood. For me, it's provided a clearer head, but Vilkas seems to be suffering a bit for it. Farkas seems completely untroubled. That boy continues to amaze with his fortitude. While Vilkas was confiding through the shadows of Jorrvaskr, I saw a newcomer approach, who wished to join our numbers. It was the stranger from my dream, the one who would stand with me against the beast. Wait, what? Is he talking about us? Vilkas began speaking obliquely, not wishing to air our problem in front of our guest, and I had to be doubly cautious to not reveal anything of our secrets to the newcomer, while also not revealing the details of my dream to Vilkas. I don't know how the politicians deal with these sort of machinations daily. In any case, I've sent Vilkas to test the newcomer. We'll see if he is truly the great warrior I dreamt of. No kidding. So we showed up in Kodlak's dream. Wow. Interesting. This newcomer, it seems, is made of decent stock. He calls himself Jacoby, and has already impressed some of the circle with his mettle. I still keep my own counsel on his place in my dream, for now. Let us see what kind of destiny he is carving before hitching to him. In the meanwhile, I look for ways of cleansing my blood. The writings and legends on the subject are sparse and contradictory. I don't wish to engage any wizardry on this matter, but I fear they may be the only ones who best know how to navigate these worlds of knowledge. It's apparent to me now that Terfig's choice to turn us was indeed a mistake. Magics and their ilk are not in keeping with the spirit of the companions. We face our problems directly, without the needs of such trickery. I can only hope to guide us back to the true path of Ysgramor before the rot takes me. Jacoby continues to impress. I don't know yet where he will stand on the question of the blood, but the question has not been presented yet. He does know that we carry the beast blood and appears curious about it. Soon enough, I can explain our troubles and hopefully see what role he will play. Wow. Okay, that was fairly recent. I'm amazed that Aela thinks she can keep a secret among this drunken rabble, especially with the loss of Skjor. My heart aches. Emotions are fraying, and the walls of discretion are the first to fall. Apparently, she and Jacoby are waging their own separate war against the Silver Hand in retaliation for Skjor's death. Their hearts are noble, but the curse of vengeance is running hot, and I fear the counterstroke that may come if they do not rein in their fury. That's true. Yeah, he was right. I wasn't trying to be sneaky, but Jacoby shows valor, though, even in his more underhanded time. We have not had cause to speak much, and that is something I deeply regret. I have high hopes for his destiny, as I realize that his appearance in my dream may indeed mark him as the harbinger to succeed me. What? Man. Holy cow. That's heavy. Because he's right, we did not have very much interaction at all. I sought his counsel, of course, upon Skjor's death, but to think me as the harbinger to succeed him, that's... Wow, I guess our respect was well-founded for this man. I have received few dreams over the course of my life, but when they come, I have learned to trust them. I have also learned to trust the instincts of my heart. which tells me that Jacoby can carry the companion's legacy as truly as any residing in Jorrvaskr, especially with the loss of Skjor. Ayla is too solitary, Vilkas too fiery, and Farkas too kind-hearted. Only Jacoby stands as a true warrior who can keep a still mind amidst these burning hearts. Wow. I mean, Jacoby is just like, this is sort of knocking him on the back foot. I will not speak to him of any of this, though. It is too much to burden another with. My hope is that he and I can keep counsel over the coming years, that I can impart the wisdom of the Harbingers, all things in time. Firstly, I will seek his assistance in the matter of the witches of Glenmorrow. It would appear that our path to the curse is not without some poetic justice for the tricksters who first cursed us. And that's the end of the journal. We're taking that. Yeah, we're gonna take that journal. That, honestly, Jacoby doesn't really know what to think of all of that. I mean, we were just talking, after having to deal with Vilkas and all of that, we have respect for Kodlak. But he was basically the only one in the whole group that Jacoby really felt any, just knocking shit down. He was really the only one that Jacoby felt any sort of kinship towards. Just, at least like I had mentioned, out of the simple respect of being able to keep this ragtag group of wannabe mercenaries, beasts out of control, keeping them all in check. And to find out that this whole time, Skjor saw us in a dream and thought that we might be the Harbinger and had plans to pass the reins onto us before his untimely demise. Well, now Jacoby has a lot to think about. I'll be honest, I kind of just expected that we would come back here and we would have whatever service for Kodlak. I would try to find a way to see if I could save his soul, possibly save our own, and we were just going to sort of wash our hands of the companions and just sort of write that off as honestly sort of a bad decision. Feeling a bit of guilt for Kodlak's death, not being here. I know I was out on doing his bidding, but if I wouldn't have hunted down the Silver Hand with such tenacity, maybe all of those things that he wrote about and dreamt about and hoped for would have been able to come to fruition. This leaves Jacoby very conflicted. And I think he needs some time to consider what his options are going to be before he does much else. And I think that that's going to be what some of this adventuring that we're going to do is going to be, is we really need to calculate what our next moves are. Like I said, I was ready to basically, like, we got through this, funeral service. I will help them reassemble Wuuthrad. And I just want to find a way, especially now after reading that journal, I just want to find a way to do right by Kodlak, when all is said and done and all when all the ash is settled and all of that. I think Jacoby really, especially now, feels a huge weight and a heavy burden, and I think a bit of guilt, because he didn't know that Kodlak even really registered Jacoby on his radar. He seemed to be genuine enough, but he and Jacoby never really had real cause to cross paths and to speak and all of that. I think this is trying to get me to go over to Yorlin's house, which we're not going to do. So we're just going to go back in here for the evening. But I think we have a lot to think about. And I think that, I think we're probably going to take an evening's, not really a rest, because we don't really gain any benefit from sleep anymore. And if I'm going to be honest, Jacoby is tired. Jacoby is ready to feel the warm embrace of rest and sleep, and he's not much to think of Sovngarde or the hunting grounds or any of it. But ever since taking on that beast blood, something just hasn't quite felt right. And with the dichotomy of so much respect for Kodlak, who wanted to be done with the disease, the curse, and the lack of respect for most of the circle. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, I think this is a good spot to end the episode. Do some introspection, do some thinking. It was lovely hanging out with y'all. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Thank you for hanging out with us as always, and I will see you on the next episode.